You ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Season 3 of Must Be Dice, The Forgotten Planet. What happened last time? Can y'all catch us up?
Gooch dropped a bomb on us!
Oh my god.
I'm with child.
Yeah, so y'all made your way to the power plant that turned out to be out of commission, but luckily you found a hypercube inside of a
sex robot.
Yeah, a pleasure bot. Not just sex, also gave you a great dinner and a show. There was some sex, but you know, that's kind of
Its own thing.
yeah, that's reductive.
Yeah, that's for our lizard friend.
So yeah, y'all find out that Gooch is pregnant, and yeah, I guess that's where we'll begin.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Jesus, Kyle. What happened? What are you doing? How are we gonna get through this, Kyle? Actually, there's a fully stocked med bay on the Red Rider command ship.
That's perfect.
That's where we were gonna go anyways.
Yes, in case we get boo-boos.
Well, because we need the ship to get home is what I was gonna say.
Ah, good thinking, Nexo.
Yeah, that's great. Can we go?
Yes!
Please? Thank you. Thank you, Kyle, honey.
All right, so y'all just rush out. Gooch, are you able to walk?
Yeah, honestly, like
He's hobbling maybe?
the pain has subsided a little bit, but things are really getting going. So we should probably
Okay.
head over to that ship.
Can we fade wipe to us and sit in the cockpit?
Yeah. Y'all make it out of the power plant, back to your ship, take off. The power plant is, only on. It's around that same city, so y'all make it to the spaceport. As you begin your descent down to the spaceport, something becomes apparent. Most of the ships, just like the city, are rusted to all hell and almost completely engulfed in local flora. But luckily, you fly down and into one of the docking bays, and among all of the rubble, all of the graveyard, the ship graveyard, you see a bright, shiny, looks almost brand spanking new, big red spaceship. This is a Rhombus cruiser, and SX 3500 or whatever the fuck. Like you know that it's top of the line. This thing is new, way better than your ship, way better than anything you guys have seen. This is an elite ship that belongs to rich motherfuckers.
Captain, it's a Rhombus XX S30.
That's it.
And Mud
Yep.
goes,
Wow. Excellent observation, Mud.
it's like,
All right, another thing you notice is that nobody is around. It almost looks deserted. There's just this big shiny ship, and it's just empty. The rest of the docking bay is empty. And Kyle notes through, is Kyle feeling pain as well, or is it mostly in your body?
No, it's just me. Kyle's fine.
Kyle's at
Kyle's
peace.
fine.
Yeah, he's just.
He's taking it with in
He's
stride.
a glow. He's really happy.
Yeah. He's excited for the future. Kyle sees that no one's there, and he goes, "Oh, it feels weird talking like Kyle." He goes, "Oh, I recalled something. Every night, we all gather in the cargo bay for a big show. It's all we really do now. We just steal batteries and entertain ourselves. We ain't got nothing else really going on." So you know that you're not really gonna have much trouble getting into the ship. So yeah, y'all land and make your way in.
No sign of hostiles. I think the coast is clear.
Just get me to the goddamn med bay, please.
You got it. Kyle, which way to the med bay?
I'll direct you. As y'all are on your way in, Kyle does let you know that there's a security system on the ship. Almost every room has this little lever you can pull, and it will seal the doors and fill the room with gas, sleeping gas. Y'all will have to be on the lookout for people, and you will have to be careful. So you're making your way through the halls. Are you sneaking, or are you just sprinting, or what?
Oh, we gotta move quick. We gotta get this man to the birthing pool or
Yeah,
whatever.
no
I
shit,
think
Kev,
it's
let's
like
go.
a hunched, light step sprint.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get there and get there quick. Come on, let's go. go.
I'm just like spurts of acid and the white goo lubricant, sebum, everything is just flying off of my body right now.
Okay, Poon is kind of walking with you, trying to, maybe you're resting a little bit of your weight on him. And he sometimes gets a little flecks of this stuff, and you see him kind of and little sizzles. As you're going, you know that around the right corner, the med bay is just down here.
Perfect.
So I just whisper, I go, go check it out. So I'm not growing him or anything. He's just gonna do his little scurry. He's pretty tiny.
Little tiny guy.
Yeah.
So then Mud goes and checks stuff out. Maybe a few beats pass.
Yeah. He peeks around, and Mud, after peeking, he kind of turns and goes, hap, 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 which you know is coast is clear.
Okay.
So y'all go around, and you come to the big med bay door. And as you go in, you see that the room is very clean, save for... Oh, sorry, Gooch. We'll try to speed it up. We know you're in pain.
Guys, I'm trying to have a baby here.
Yeah. I want to hear all the gross details.
Most of the med bay is clean, but the kind of patient tables are just covered in blood, and it's clear that all of the medical stuff that they've done is very... They're not doctors. They've just kind of come in when they have had injuries, kind of raided the shelves. It doesn't look very sterile, but the room is clear. What do y'all do?
Captain, have you ever delivered a baby? I don't know what it is that he's giving birth
gonna be a
to,
lot of them.
actually.
I've done it
A lot of them?
Oh yeah.
I've probably done it 100 times on my home planet, but it's entirely different than what we're dealing with here. Gooch, how does this whole process work?
All right, let me sit down. Hold on.
Did you and Kyle plan for this?
No, we did not. Let me sit on Daddy's lap, and I'll tell you where all this comes from. Right?
Oh, okay.
My people. You gotta understand. My seed. It needs to pass through 5 increasingly fetid chambers in order to ferment properly to be viable, right?
You don't need to tell me this.
Okay. Well, you all want to know. And then once that happens, they all kind of collect in this sack towards my back above my caboose.
Back sack.
Right. And then you find another one from Paramus, and you go back to back, but kind of upside down like this, and you kind of rub your backs together so that those orifices kind of grind.
Okay, sexy.
Yeah, we call it the Slicks 96. Yeah, it's great. And then, eventually all, the genetic material just kind of, mixes and matches and whatever, and eventually you get some babies. But, wouldn't you know it, when I dissolve Kyle, all of his stuff mixed with my stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, I don't know what the hell's gonna happen, but it should be pretty interesting. And me and Kyle are super psyched about it, right, Kyle? I always wanted to be a father. See? I told you.
All right.
So yeah, just prop me up against that table, and we'll get this show on the road.
As you kind of finish up explaining this, 3 people kind of run in, and 2 of them are carrying this cat-like creature that's just had its stomach just kind of ripped open. Very, very, very violent. Doesn't look like, a scrape, like they tripped and fell or something. And as they come in, they see you and they go, "Who the hell are you guys?
Who the hell are you?
We're the Red Riders, man!"
This room's occupied. Where's my sword? Oh, it's here in my hands.
"Shit! Get the gang!" And one of them just kind of throws down this kind of bleeding near corpse of a person and scuttles off. And the other one also dropping the near corpse, looks to the far wall, and you also see what they're looking at, and it's this big latch on the wall that says emergency lockdown. And you know that, as Kyle stated, this is the lever that will shut the doors and gas you up. And this creature who's kind of just like a big, almost like a bloodhound with kind of long, saggy jowls and long, flappy ears. He just looks at it and he makes a beeline.
Bolus.
Washburn. Bolus.
Okay.
Do some bolus.
Okay, bolus.
Bolus.
All right, go for it. Give it a roll.
13.
Okay, is everyone gonna help out? Is everyone planning on helping out with this
God.
pregnancy?
No,
Oh, yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I guess Buto or
Ort.
I keep calling you Buto. That's the name of your ship.
Oh, stew's bubbling.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh, I can hear it.
God.
I can smell it.
So Ort and Poon, y'all are kind of lifting up. It's really, really distracting.
I'm having a fucking baby.
Yeah.
or 10.
Okay. Ort and Poon, you kind of get Gooch up onto this kind of patient's bed or whatever it is. And how are you? Are you doing legs up in the stirrups?
No, they're,
Leaned over, right?
yeah, they're coming out of wherever they want.
Natural.
Yeah.
Natural birth.
Yeah.
All
Just lean over
natural.
the
That's
top.
how we do it.
So you're kind of up on all fours.
Drop your
Maybe-
pants.
drooling
leaning
and-
over the gurney a little bit like this.
Okay.
Spreading.
In Washburn, you turn and see that this bloodhound is making this beeline.
Yeah.
And so you throw out your bolus.
Yeah.
You say, okay,
Yeah.
give it a roll.
17.
Perfect.
It happened.
You give them a quick twirl, throw them out. They glide in perfectly. This is the perfect flow. Good wrist action, and they just wrap around the bullhound, right around his thick little paws. Cute. He's got cute little paws. Despite his big kind of body, he's got these cute little.
He's
paws.
got wrinkly knees.
Yeah, wrinkly knees.
Aw.
You see it. He's wearing he's wearing kind of a jumper. Is that what that's what it's called? Where he's got it's almost like a coveralls like
Yeah.
Gooch is wearing, but
Yeah.
very short shorts. He's got cute little wrinkly knees, cute little paws.
Oh, that's adorable.
But the bullets wrap around, and he kind of, with his momentum that he had already got with kind of starting his run, he kind of just flies out, kind of fishtails it, and goes face first into another one of those patient tables, and you can see his head just snap back, and you hear a huge crack, and his body lands lifeless on the floor.
Wow,
Jeez.
those bolas really killed a man.
Yeah, Washburn. That was well done.
So were you trying to subdue him? Because you very much just murdered this man.
You know what? Like I told Poon earlier, every kill is another regret on the bedpost.
You have a lot of regret.
And then
Another notch on the bedpost.
She does say that.
Kyle says, "That is so wise, so very wise.
Thank
I
you.
love you." Oh,
He
God.
said the L word.
What have I said? Pipe down, Kyle. We got shit to take care of here. Come on.
Washburn, how do you react to this confession?
I just go, like, Captain, let's put some gurneys in front of the door.
Excellent
okay.
But I'll
avoidance
say,
of an awkward
I'm
situation.
overwhelmed because
Okay.
also there's a lot
Fucked up,
happening.
Kyle. You fucked up.
So as you start wheeling over a few of these gurneys, you hear because it's the halls are metallic. You hear a bunch of pattering and just a flood of gangsters all wearing these matching red jackets pour in.
Oh, baby.
And roll for initiative.
17.
yeah.
My lucky number.
Also 17.
Oh, God. Oh, Kyle, here they come.
There it
Gooch,
goes.
I know you're
Yeah.
busy, but you still have to roll
All
initiative.
right. 6.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
6, huh?
Oh. And then six putrid.
It's already starting.
Yeah.
It's begun.
Hold on, the fight is starting too.
6 putrid, screaming little monster gelatin babies with red hair.
Oh, they're,
Fall out of my
God, they're
side like
gingers.
you cut a hole in a bag full of boba tea. Just
Do they
fall on the ground.
do they spew out or pop out
They
or what?
fall, they hit the ground hard, and then they run.
Well, they start to run because
Yeah.
we're frozen in the moment of the fight starting.
Whatever.
So they're all
Yeah.
are they bipedal like you, or are they? So is it just these little Kyles
They
kind of sprinting around?
How can I explain it? They're like little blobs with about 6 or 7 asymmetrical legs, but then just a big old happy Kyle face in the front.
Okay.
Just beaming.
And
Smile, red hair and everything.
They hit the ground running. They're not like a baby.
They're a
where
little
they
clumsy,
have to
but yeah,
run.
they go.
It's like a newborn dolphin.
Cool.
Yeah.
You two rolled pretty well, but you were surprised by these dudes coming in. You're with the gurneys. And so the first thing that happens is as everyone kind of pours in, there's this huge spider creature who it's also got this signature Red Rider's jacket on, but it's got I guess 6 sleeves, and it immediately, as it comes in, it just kind of turns for the wall and skitters up the ceiling, and then butt out, it sprays at Ort.
Spraying at me, huh?
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
So give it a roll, Ort, as well.
15.
Yeah, that's perfect. This thing got a 3. It shoots its butt out and it gets a squirt, and this web kind of, it's almost like a dry, and it just kind of, and he goes, ah, shit, I forgot to eat.
Not enough protein.
All right, Washburn, you're up.
So there's a big spider and then like 9 guys.
There are some still kind of like in the hall, but in the room with you is the spider going up the wall, this snake thing that seems to have little like diddly arms. Like it's not a snake, but it's basically a snake because its arms are so small, and you see it's got like tiny little sleeves on its jacket.
Yeah.
And then there's like a cluster of cats that seem to be kind of moving together as like a pack, a litter.
Well, okay, so with the gurneys, my understanding was that we pushed them up against the doors. I imagined double doors into the med
So
bay.
they started pouring in right as you were about to do this.
Yeah.
So you did right before the fight started. You pushed the gurneys.
At this point, I imagine that I'm more backed up.
Okay,
and
yeah.
I just witnessed 6 babies coming out.
It's a
There's
lot.
Spider. What did you just do to the spider?
It like tried to squirt on me,
But
and
it
I wasn't
didn't.
having it.
In this moment, the gurneys are kind of traveling towards the door with velocity.
Okay, that's fine. Let the gurneys go.
Yeah.
I'm throwing mud,
Okay.
and mud's gonna grow.
You're gonna use mud bus.
Mud bus.
Bust it.
Mud grows into a giant beastly monster, and it's gonna get stuck in the door.
Oh, really? That your intent is for mud to kind of
And
block
mud's
the
gonna
doorway?
be out. Mud's facing outside, so you can scare
Okay.
it like a big beast.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give it a roll.
14.
Yeah, it works. It's a pretty normal sized door. It's a very easy target for a little mud
Yeah.
to kind of hop out. Do you toss him, or does he just kind of jump off of your shoulder?
Yeah. Whenever I command him to grow, I just like give him like a little,
Kind of like a frisbee. You
yeah, a
throw.
little bit of like a go. And so then, yeah, mud runs, and so now it's just his butt. I know he takes like a minute to grow or whatever, but his
No,
butt.
he grows pretty quick.
His
Yeah,
butt
so
is just facing us.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah.
just see mud bust butt.
Mud
Mud
butthole.
Mud
yeah.
butt.
mud butt.
Mud butt.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you lob him out, and mud kind of through the air goes oh, and in mid-flight he kind of starts to expand, and you see his cute little kind of soft features kind of just kind of morph and distort into this just like muscular, like not a lot of fur. It's mostly just like pale skin, just this. Oh, I think we described it earlier.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
one of those muscly cows
Yeah.
slash Rottweilers that you've
Yeah.
hopefully seen on the internet. Before any of the creatures in the hallway can get in the room, Mud just kind of expands to beyond the size of the door. You can hear Mud from outside kind of, and you can see it's kind of squeezing tight or like
Yeah.
sealing the door fully. And all you're seeing is, Mud's butt, his big poofy tail, and his legs kind of out at two
Sploot.
angles.
Sploot, yeah.
Yeah, sploot it. Is that what the term is?
Yeah.
This is what
Sploot?
it's sploot. Yeah, and so Mud, I feel like Mud would be defending us.
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
shit
you can
going
hear
on.
you can hear Mud.
He's just trying to keep them at bay, and maybe they're a little scared because
Yeah.
it's a giant.
So
thing.
inside with
So-
you still is the spider that's coming up the wall, this snake creature that's got its eyes on you, and this trio of cats that are kind of just approaching the group, but just throwing mud out isn't your only move, so you can do more.
Yeah, and so I'm going to I want to scan all these things and see if I can find any weak points.
Okay, you want to do optic scan?
Optic scan.
Yeah.
Give it a roll.
And maybe that'll give us an advantage and take them out better. 8.
8. Looking around, you see from your perspective, it's kind of this grid forms, and it's kind of registering everything. It sees the spider on the ceiling, and a little notifier comes up. It says dehydrated. And
Okay, yeah.
and then the snake before you, it's got its short little arms, and you notice that it's got these two kind of like butcher's blades in its tiny little arms. And in its around its waist, it's also got like a tactical belt, and you see that it's got some explosives, like not like big explosives that'll fuck up the whole room, but like kind of flashbangs.
Yeah, maybe take out his own insides.
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
exploded on him.
And the cats, you see, it scans the cats and it says, cats are perfect beings. No weaknesses detected.
Yeah, I will not be attacking them.
Yeah. But then along the wall, you see a few cabinets and you get a little like X-ray scan. You see inside there's various medical instruments. Anything that you would see in an ER room. It just gives you a long list of bandages, syringes, those clasps that they use to cut bandages
Clamp.
or whatever,
Oh.
clamps. There's a whole cabinet full of different kind of fluids, like medicines and different things like that. So basically the scan tells you that this is a fully stocked medical bay with basically everything at your disposal if you need it.
Great.
Just like Kyle said.
How many babies is Gooch having?
I gotta wait my turn.
All right, next up is Ord. All right, so just recap real quick. You still have your gurney, but Washburn, as she stated, she kind of launched hers out before her turn started. That just kind of smacks into the butt of mud, and yeah, so that gurney is now in the middle of the room, but you have your gurney. What are you gonna do with it?
I have my gurney, I spin it towards that ceiling sitting spider,
Okay.
and I give it a big shove and I jump on top of it.
Okay, so you kind of shove the gurney
Yeah,
while
surf the
also
gurney.
jumping up on top of it.
Yes, blade at
Okay.
the ready.
So as we have established many times before, you are not agile. You're more of a brawny guy, so give it a roll.
Let's see.
4.
Every time.
All right, so you very easily spring upwards because you have very strong legs, and you get up onto the gurney, but this room is not as big. Maybe you didn't have as much runway as you thought you did. So as you're landing, you basically hop up onto it and you land, and it's a cool landing. It's like very awesome. Yeah, you kind of put your arms out to surf. You're ready to shoot straight over to that spider. But the thing is, you don't have great depth perception either. So by the time you get up onto the gurney and you get your arms out, you slam right into the spider. You feel it in your gut that his ass was out when he tried to spray you. He's also got a little stinger, and it goes right into your stomach.
Ooh, owie.
Yeah, it's not poisonous, it doesn't feel like, but you definitely take a shot right to the gut.
Feels good.
But that was, I guess, basically your movements, so you can, you find yourself kind of grappling with this thing, and what do you do?
Ooh, well I've got, let's see. So I've run into it, I've got a stinger in my tummy.
Yeah, and you're also kind of still moving forward.
Yeah, so
In motion right now.
So I'm gonna use 2 of my arms, wrap it right around its thorax.
Okay.
My other 2 arms, I'm gonna grab some legs, try to yank it right off the ceiling with me.
Okay, sounds good. Give it a roll.
15.
Nice.
Beautiful. All right, so how about just describe what you want to do? Because you basically, that's a great roll, and you got good strength. You are hurtling towards the wall currently, but in terms of what you do to the spider, it goes swimming.
So the thing's like, it's on the ceiling, it's like stuck there on the ceiling like a spider.
Well, no, you're yanking it off.
Yeah.
Your motion, you've fallen into it, and it's being yanked with you.
Okay, I'm surfing this gurney and I run into the spider. So using that impact, I will grab the spider with all 4 of my limbs and let the gurney go and suplex it into the ground beneath me.
That is exactly what happens. You kind of tear this spider off the ceiling with the momentum of you traveling forward. You kind of fly off this gurney, do a big spin in the air, backflip, slam this spider down onto the ground, and you hear just a splat. And green and purple ooze just kind of shoots out from this big abdomen of this creature. And you hear it shriek in pain. It is very much not dead, but it is definitely oozing. Much like
Oh no.
Gooch, whose turn it is.
All right, I gotta do 3 rolls here. I got 1 for what my little kids are doing, and
Oh yeah, your little kids that
I got
scuttled out.
another one for how many new babies I make.
Okay.
And then you can't forget about Kyle.
Never
I
forget
gotta roll
about
for
Kyle.
Kyle.
Okay.
What does Kyle do?
So
Inspiration.
what's happening around my new guys, my little guys?
Your little guys?
Yeah.
So they launched out into the floor before you where you are. You're on the far wall. Above you is the emergency lever that we talked about. Your guys are kind of on the floor and they're just skittering out in all directions. But they have caught the attention of that litter of cats, and you can see that the cats are kind of like looks like a nice meal.
But equally, the babies are like,
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna roll.
Christ.
I want my babies to see the cats and just start skittering all around on the walls and everything towards cats, and the cats instantly go from hungry to terrified. And then
that's what you want to happen?
That's
Yeah.
what you want
them to feel
happen.
fear.
this is what I'm saying. This is what's going to happen.
Oh, okay. Holding up your dice.
When you see this
you
number.
have faith. Okay.
And then out of the mouths, these things. What are those? The moles that have the noses like this?
Naked
Naked mole rat.
Yeah, that comes right out of their throats.
Oh no, it's the star face.
Yeah.
A star-nosed mole.
As they race towards the cats to devour them. They're hungry. They've been through a lot. Here we go.
Okay. 18.
Oh,
All right.
God.
So
Those are my guys.
you can see the cats kind of licking their lips, but then all of your guys just kind of skitter out in a web, and then go up the walls onto the ceiling, and the cats kind of follow them, and as you said, go from licking their lips, and then as they follow them up, their eyes kind of widen and are like, "What the fuck?" And a few of them drop down in midair. Their jaws kind of open. Well, I guess
Christ.
it's more of a mouth
A fleshy
sphincter,
jaw, like-
fleshy mouth hole.
Yeah.
Kind of widens, just viscous fluid shoots out in this kind of strong ribbed,
I like it.
starred tongue, you say?
Yeah, kind of. But
Okay.
remember, it's coming out of like a little cute Kyle face.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got cute little smirks, but these tongues shoot out, and a few of them land and latch onto the cat, like 2 of the cat's faces, and they shriek in terror.
All right.
Also, going with you is Poon, who seems to have kind of taken the responsibility of what are they called? Birth mothers?
Like
Doula?
doula?
Yeah, doula.
My little doula.
So Poon is in the chaos, seeing that Ort and Washburn have kind of taken the responsibility of defending you. So Poon is kind of taking the role of doula. And so Poon is sitting there just kind of rubbing your back, asked if you need anything, like how Poon can be a good employee
Yeah.
to his boss.
Okay. I appreciate that, Poon, honey. But I'm just watching my boys go to work. Okay. Thank you. All right, now. Oh God! Here comes another one.
Oh no!
Okay, not yet, not yet.
Okay, I'll hold it. I'll hold it. Oh boy.
Yeah, squeeze him in.
Oh.
I thought he needs to roll for how many babies
I gotta
he's
give
gonna
birth,
have.
and Kyle's gotta turn.
God,
Come
Just-
on.
do you
make it
have
fast.
to?
I
Yes,
got
make it fast.
More babies!
Okay,
16 babies.
16 babies! Oh,
And they just shoot out of the other side.
And now what does Kyle say?
Kyle just says, "They're so beautiful. I never knew my life could have so much meaning." And these little babies are different, though.
Oh yeah.
They are nothing. They are just rolling spheres of curly red, coppery hair. And that's
what
it.
the fuck?
And every once in a while,
Like hairballs?
and every once in a while,
Yeah.
the tiniest of little to the mouth opens up and it shrieks.
Kind of like when you spill water on a little gremlin.
I don't know what gremlins are.
Okay.
All right. Then they just roll around too. All right, now it's Kyle.
There's 16 of them?
And now
16.
you're rolling. Okay.
This is
I
Kyle.
thought Kyle was just gonna say something every
Oh,
time.
you go-
What is Kyle gonna do? He doesn't
So
know
your roll is
Boom!
All right, you're taking the lead here.
Kyle turns to Washburn, and in his mind, he starts composing the most beautiful love poem ever written by his people. And he just stores it
He rolled a 9.
right up here.
That's what a 9 does?
Okay, he stores it right up there.
Okay.
Okay.
So he thinks of a poem.
Yep.
All right.
He has no hands. He can't write it.
Next.
I'm done.
All right.
All right, there's 16 new babies.
I'm done.
They're little
All right.
tiny spheres.
I just want to remind everyone that I am the DM.
I think you only need to remind one person.
Hi, I'm Barbara.
And I'm Blaine.
Do you like dungeons?
You like dragons?
Do you like Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, baby, we got the podcast for you. It's called Tales from the Stinky Dragon.
Our D&D show isn't like other D&D shows. It's better.
Yeah, those other D&D shows can take a hike because on Tales from the Stinky Dragon, we've got a soundtrack, sound effects, and a fully voiced cast of characters.
It's like a radio play, if you even know what a radio play is.
Heck, we might even have characters voiced by people from those other D&D shows that aren't as good as our show. You know, the show called Tales from the Stinky Dragon.
So give us a listen wherever you consume podcasts. We're starting our second campaign with a new setting, new characters, so it's the perfect time to jump on into
Tales from the Stinky Dragon.
Hey everyone! We wanted to take a moment to remind you that RTX 2023 is happening this July 7th through July 9th. RTX is our favorite time of the year, where we get to interact with all the amazing people that give us the opportunity to make content. It's a celebration of all things Rooster Teeth, with panels, special guests, community artists, cosplay, and more. There will be exclusive reveals, meet and greets with Rooster Teeth talent, and special merch available only during the event. We're changing up how the convention feels this year, and it's going to be awesome. Imagine a mini Epcot-style convention show floor with different attractions and activations from your favorite Rooster Teeth brands, all wrapped up in a summer camp theme. It's the summer camp for indoor kids with Face Jam's Rat and Grackle Pub, a Red Web escape room, a fuckface museum, Achievement Hunter mini golf, and even more cool stuff to do that we're saving for attendees to experience, like all the Funhaus stuff. Thanks for listening to us get very excited about RTX. We're looking forward to meeting all of you there. Head over to www.rtxaustin.com to get more information about the event and buy your badge.
All right, next up is the snake, who is staring in horror at the near 20 weird furry creatures that are currently shooting out of the back of Gooch. The other ones that are assaulting the litter of cat creatures. The snake doesn't really know what to do, but it does make eyes with that emergency latch. And so the snake seems to, you can see, kind of prioritize getting to that latch because it sees that it is stuck in a nightmare situation, and it goes from fighting to the running that it can do. And so this snake makes a beeline, trying to get right past Washburn, and just run past. So Washburn, give it a roll, because the snake is basically trying to slither right through you.
10.
10? Okay, it rolled an 11. So it just kind of swoops in and tries to slither right through your legs, tries to do like kind of a juke. It goes left, right, and then down through your legs. But you are, combat veteran, you got quick reflexes, maybe you have a few cybernetic implants in your brain. You see this happening, you kind of catch it in your legs, but you don't get a good grip, so it's still moving through.
With my titanium ankle.
Yeah, because it was, yeah exactly. Because you both kind of had an equal match. So it caught you off guard, but you caught it in your legs. But you're not crushing it, you're not subduing it. You're just ready the next time your turn comes. All right, so now it's the cats, who have never experienced anything like this. They're at a loss for words, let's say. And their words turn to terrified shrieks. They rolled a 4, by the way, and they just they just kind of go nutso and start. What do cats do when they freak out? Is it?
They run around.
Okay, yeah. So the cats they kind of default to their primal nature and kind of drop down onto all fours. But this is a sleek medical kind of sterile flooring. So they just all start doing the thing where they're like running in place, kind of skittering around. One of them goes into a corner and just tries to like squeeze between like one of the shelves in the wall.
Do they hiss?
They're all hissing. Yeah. Kind of a hiss and a shriek.
Yeah.
One of them it kind of pulls your little feral baby, your little fetus, Kyle fetus, with it because that tongue is attached to it. And you can see kind of that like this, like whatever is inside of you, all the different colors. What is it, like purples or pale, like beiges?
Yeah, it's all kinds of colors, different levels of acidity, stuff like that.
Okay, so let's say some greens and oranges. You can see those kind of pulse, like spreading, veiny, kind of throughout its face as it's kind of squeezing in this corner, just kind of shivering. The one that didn't get hit is the one that kind of turned and just kind of did the like Roger Rabbit or whatever, like skitter on the ground, Looney Tunes. And the other one that also got hit in the neck is just kind of has fallen back onto the ground and is kind of writhing and hissing, and you see that same kind of infection. What it looks like is basically an infection spread.
That's how we do it.
And
Sounds fun.
that's how it's done. Next up is the spider, who is worse for wear, and the spider is just kind of oozing and screaming, and kind of pecking at you with its hands. It actually in the drop it released the gun.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it had a huge like magnum.
This spider was strapped.
Yeah, the spider was strapped. But in the tackle, it had fallen out, and the spider is now bleeding from its big fuzzy ass. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of harmlessly kind of pecking its 8 legs all at you, and you're just kind of feeling the pitter patter on your back.
At least it didn't have 8 guns. That
Yeah.
would've been crazy.
So Washburn, you're up.
Yeah, so I want to end the spider, and I know that he's dehydrated, so maybe he's like flaky and crispy.
Ew.
Well, my optic scan told me that, so I'm gonna, pull out my caster rifle, and I'm gonna shoot him with an incendiary bullet, set him ablaze, and hopefully burn him into dust.
Great. Awesome. Give it a roll.
15.
15.
Oh, it's better than
All
this.
right, you sight up your rifle in an instant, a fraction of a second. You fire it off. The concussive blast kind of, it hits everyone, and maybe it hits your body, and a few more little guys squeeze out with the reverberations, and it slams right into the spider, right between its 8 eyes. And splatters out, lathering its entire face in this fluid that the moment it touches air, it just ignites. And some of it drips down along its body. A few little flecks hit Ort on his back.
Ooh.
But you mostly it was very controlled, hit its face, and it is now screaming, burning in terror, as well as squirting guts out of its ass.
Sick.
Great.
Ort, you're up. You
All right.
are currently straddling this
Flaming
smashed
spider.
flaming spider.
Sick. Where's the snake?
End it.
The snake is actively moving through Washburn's legs.
Okay, how
Yeah.
is it close? Sort of close?
No, it's like a good 10 feet away from you.
Okay.
And you're currently like on the ground grappling with this spider.
Okay, I'm still grappling with the spider. I'm gonna run towards the snake, try and grab my Ort slab off the ground where I left it before I jumped on a gurney to do a
Okay.
surfing trick. I just gonna grab the Ort slab and just swing it vertically down at the slithering snake after closing the distance.
Okay, so you run, you kind of get down, pick it up, lift it up, and slam it
Yeah,
down.
just straight down.
All right, give it a roll.
13.
All right, so you got 13.
Yeah.
So you kind of you throw the spider off you pounce up, you pick up the ort slab in a quick grab. This thing, even though it's this heaping weapon that would be a struggle for anyone else to pick up, you just pick it up like it's a fucking banana peel off the ground. I don't know what that metaphor is.
Banana peels are light.
Yeah. You just scoop it up and you come all 4 arms, you said, or 2 arms?
Always.
Oh yeah, all 4 arms, because it's got a long hilt.
Yeah.
So all 4 arms, you come down and you slam it down into the back of this snake, and the force, you hear it as always. The ort slab, as you slam it down, you hear, and you see it kind of light up a little bit. But this force cleanly cuts this snake in half. But this snake was kind of moving away from you through Washburn's legs towards the back wall. So the lower half, dead, and it's squirting guts, but that snake just keeps on skittering. Gooch.
Yeah.
You are up, and you can do a limited amount of things, not everything. So just go for it.
All right.
All right.
My labor pains have mellowed out a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm done, but I'm gonna roll for my new red pube babies. That came out.
Okay. It's 16 of them, right?
16 of them.
And they have just
I'm
kind of
gonna roll for each
down
one.
onto the...
See what each one does, one at a time.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm not like. Ah, Christ. All right.
Oh no.
Is it 2?
So, what they do is, I guess only 2 of them. They roll.
No. They.
Oh, you
they-
tell me.
the group-
Yeah, you're the boss.
The group of them rolled a 2.
I get it.
So, here's what happens.
Okay, fine.
They are freshly born,
Yeah.
and they don't have nice little fetus bodies like your previous brood had. They're completely different, maybe just a different DNA structure. Who knows how your internals work. And they're just kind of flopping around, kind of rolling, maybe squeaking, oozing. But in their current state, they can't really do much. They're just little fur balls.
All right, that's fair.
All right, so that's what happens to your little guys, but I do believe that you are actively squirting a lot of things out. So
Yeah.
give it another
All right,
roll
here
to
we
see
go.
how many more babies come out.
More babies.
Christ. Kyle, you son of a bitch! When is this gonna stop? Oh, I wish I never absorbed you.
God damn it.
61 babies.
Another pull on the cigarette.
It's a 19.
I know.
61.
All right.
But actually,
Yeah.
because I would say that the roll isn't for the amount that you're doing, but it's the success of what you're doing. You roll a 19. I think 61 is a good number.
Okay.
So it's just,
And they're just shooting all over this, all over the
splatting,
ship.
splatting on the walls.
Just nightmares.
Yeah. A few like sticking
Yeah.
to the ceiling.
Even though they're little, you can tell some of them wish they were just dead. They wish they never been born in
Maybe
the first
some of
place.
them do die on impact.
Oh, yeah. You know,
explode
not
like
every.
bullets.
What do they look like?
All kinds this time, but some of them are just
Oh.
shrieking, just like one mouth, just yelling and asking to die. You know?
Kill me!
Yeah. And then other ones are just like long red hair, like you pull out of
Ew.
a bathtub drain,
God,
you know, with that hook.
Ew.
And and a
gross.
couple of them are just like little Kyles,
Oh.
just little naked, like this high. Just
I
running around.
imagine that one of them that shoots out, it is just like a perfectly formed, like it almost looks like just a miniature fully grown Kyle.
Yeah.
And he just kind of shoots out and is sliding across the ground, like laying like with, head resting on one elbow, one leg up, like just totally
Super
chill.
cool, super cool.
This is just chill baby, little chill Kyle. And you can see he's got a little special.
Yeah.
He's got a little glow to him.
He's my favorite. Don't tell him.
I won't.
But yeah, so just more and more mayhem ensues. They're all scattering. Just don't. They're kind of filling up the room, I'd say. You can see that Gooch is kind of shrinking in size, becoming more and more frail. What once was kind of a big, blobby, fat, disgusting, a lot of rolls.
More wrinkly, sacky.
Yeah, more of just like a dried raisin type
We don't
thing.
need all that. It's okay. They get it.
And these things are a lot of them. Unlike that first brood, that they were probably stewing the longest. A lot of these are just kind of having existential crises. They aren't being, aggressive. They aren't on the offense. They're just kind of flopping around, flailing like fish. So for this whole time, y'all have been hearing from the other side of the door, kind of through Mud's, echoing through Mud's ass, kind of screams and growls and tears, all this stuff. But you hear him kind of peter out, and you see Mud start to kind of shrink in his thick, sinewy. What was the term for the splayed out legs? The sploot. Yeah. His thick, sinewy, spluted legs kind of shrink back into these cute little plump hindquarters.
Kick a little bit.
Yeah, and Mud shrinks back down, into his small little cute form, and you see him kind of come in and go, and then shrink down and plop, and then a little bubble kind of comes out of his nose, and as he snores, a little bubble is kind of shrinking and growing in his
anime
nose.
dog.
So even though Mud was just stuck in one place, you see that he is just decimated so many of these Red Riders. I think Gobo had already told you that there was maybe already 100 of these guys.
Yeah.
You can see that Mud has taken care of maybe a dozen of them. Just torn up corpses, just a pile, kind of encircling a half circle in the doorway. But even so, you hear the yelling, the battle cries of these Red Riders. They're daring foes. They kind of pile into the room, and currently in the doorway, you see about 9 more guys coming in. One of them is missing an arm. It was torn from the shoulder. As this happens, they pour in, and they're also kind of slipping on all of the blood. So it's not like...
Oh, I thought the babies are slipping on all the
Slipping on the babies.
Well, one of them does slip and kind of just splats and takes out 20 of these babies? Because there was let's see, there was the first 6, and then 16, and then 61. Oh. There's 83 of these babies. And this big kind of elephant-like, he's not big like an elephant, but he has kind of an elephant form. He kind of slips forward as he's coming in and just does a big splat on the ground, and he crushes.
How many?
He crushes 13 of them.
Oh no!
All in one go.
Better keep squeezing.
But as
little miracles.
Yeah. As that happens, the other ones notice and just kind of start piling on him, biting him.
Good.
Just kind of taking over this elephant, and the elephant immediately, as he falls, he lands and then just starts screaming. These other gangsters, they didn't know what they were coming into. They thought they were coming into a normal fight. They have seen hell, and they are seeing it right now.
True horror.
There are scores, actually, of all of these strange fetuses of different forms all over the ground. Their friend, the spider, is splattered and burning and writhing and screaming. There's half of a snake tail on the ground, just kind of flapping around. Ort, covered in blood and goo and viscera, kind of standing there with sword down, kind of turns and looks and makes eye contact with them. Washburn has the rifle trained straight at them, having just shot the spider. And behind, Gooch, just spewing fluids, and these fluids have piled and piled on. They've dripped all the way down and are spreading out across the floor. And Poon is kind of standing there, kind of trying to keep his feet, slipping around. Kind of at this point was trying to be a doula, was trying to help you out, but it's just kind of holding on to your shirt, just kind of slipping, almost like on ice.
Are you facing the door with your ass?
I forget where I'm facing.
I think because they've been spewing out into the room, so they're
now,
just getting.
Now the afterbirth is coming, and that's.
No!
You thought the babies were bad.
Okay, so they really only had a chance to kind of come into the room. Yeah. But you're now faced with 9 more foes. Washburn, you're up.
So I saw the 61. And I saw.
You were facing the door, so they all kind of flew over your shoulders. Into view and splattered all around you.
And I saw the 1 for 1, sliding in his little pose, Little Kyle.
Little chill Kyle.
Little chill Kyle.
Chill little Kyle.
And I pluck one little adrenaline bullet.
Ooh.
Stick it in there.
Oh no.
Aim it right at the little tiny chill Kyle.
On Kyle Jr.?
I shoot him
Little
with
chill Kyle.
Little Chill Kyle.
I shoot him with adrenaline.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Give it a roll.
It's 18.
Oh, all right, perfect. You really didn't need to roll, I'd say, because although it's a small target, you're a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
You take aim, lay this adrenaline shot right into Chill Little Kyle. Chill Little Kyle's sitting there,
Still there.
kind of smiling.
And what happens next?
He's so small that this adrenaline shot is almost the size of his whole chest. Just stabs into him, and you see him kind of let out this like glorious
Ethereal gasp.
Yeah, ethereal gasp. And weirdly, it seemed like he almost had a glow, and you thought it was maybe like just, his natural presence. He actually starts to kind of shine with this pearlescent film. And he almost, I don't even know how to describe this. He kind of just does a backflip up, and as he lands kind of in a Jesus pose where he flips up and he lands feet together, arms out, and lets out another one of these like ethereal after he flips up, lands in this kind of Jesus pose. He then follows that fluidly into a backflip, and he curls up into this ball, and you almost see kind of his shape meld, and he almost forms into a perfect sphere. And as he comes up, he hits the wall, and as he hits the wall, he's out of sight, and you just hear and he starts ricocheting all around the room. And in a moment, it's so quick, it's hard to discern, but you just see holes opening up on all 9 of the dudes that are pouring through the room. So, and imagine we go into Quicksilver moment, like slow-mo, just and we see Lil Chill Kyle in a ball, his face kind of peeking out. He's got this serene smile just flying throughout the room, just piercing hole after hole. Lil Chill Kyle loves piercing holes.
I'm curious what Kyle's reaction is to this.
Yeah.
Kyle's been spending this whole time wondering if his grandma's engagement ring is still in that drawer back in his apartment at home. But then he catches a glimpse of his little baby boy, and he couldn't be prouder.
Is it? I think it's because you have your back, but you're kind of squatted down. So Kyle technically is kind of looking down through your legs. And he sees this happen.
And he sees it, and he's
all upside down.
like any proud papa. He's basking in the glow of this mayhem.
Okay.
Cool.
Loves it. Yeah.
All right, Ort, you're up.
So Ort marvels at whatever just happened. A lot happened at once. There's a little baby ball boy bouncing around, but he sees that his capable XO has created quite an opening. So he's going to run over to this group of newcomers and just take the biggest horizontal swing he can in a wide circle.
Okay, go for it.
It's the 13.
13. All right, so you are a brutish, I feel like every time you swing this sword, I have to reiterate how fucking massive your arms are, how strong you are. A 13, that's basically a 19 or 20.
Oh, yeah.
So you just kind of foot down, you manage to put your foot in one of the few places in the room that isn't just lathered in this birthing fluid that's been spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't step on any of the babies. You rest your foot down, your back foot's planted, you get like great momentum, and you just, all 4 arms, slice clean through 4.5 of these guys.
4.5. Huh?
Because they were all kind of huddled, kind of grouped around the door as they're coming in. Your sword actually catches the side wall, like the frame around the door, cuts clean through that, slices it open, comes up, goes through the thigh of the first guy, the hips of the next one, the torso of the third, and then right through from the armpit up through the neck of the fourth guy. And then the fifth guy, who, we said 4.5, it just kind of lobs off like a third of the skull.
A little cap.
Yeah, clean through. And as it's going through, you hear the Ort slab go dung 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 dung.
Ooh.
Blood flies everywhere, but this room is coated in so many different things. It's hard to discern, if the room was clean, you'd see blood splattering all over the walls, but it's barely even noticeable.
Blood's not the worst thing on the splattering on the ground.
And so you did use all 4 of your arms to do that.
Does it get stuck in the ceiling?
It was a really, really hard throw, so that is a great question. Give it a roll.
Ha! 9.
9. It doesn't get stuck in the ceiling,
good.
but it does slam into the ceiling and through a light, which, so after this huge swing, body parts kind of spreading out from one end, torsos and legs kind of slowly wobbling down. This amazing, majestic swing is then accented with sparks raining down from above. This is one of the coolest fucking things you've ever done.
Oh, it's so
or
beautiful.
is it because everything you do is fucking dope?
Aw. Thank you, DM.
Well, no, that's what you're thinking in your head, I think.
Oh.
Can some of the sparks kill the babies?
Oh no, the
Why do
sparks
you guys
laid on
wanna
the
kill the
baby.
babies?
Why do you want to kill the baby?
I just, it's a 9.
There's a lot of them.
There's got to be some consequence.
Yeah, there's some little shitty ones.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just, shoot, ow, damn it.
Look at the pile of cigarettes.
I was just gonna eat the non-viable ones anyways, so if you want to kill some of those, that's fine.
Just roasted.
Like popcorn.
So, yes, on second viewing in my mind's eye, some of the sparks do come down. Some of the wetter, gooier ones are fine. It just kind of they don't even really react to it.
Yeah.
But there were those little fur balls.
Pube balls.
Yeah, those little pube balls. One little spark lands down on one of them.
No, not the pubes.
And it doesn't just kind of light up.
Yeah.
It almost seems like it's made of gunpowder or something.
God.
They immediately lights up, that flame spreads to those things, and they almost instantly just fizz up, flames everywhere, and then suddenly there's just 6 little piles of ash, red ash.
Oops.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you just hear little squeaks, hisses.
Sorry, Gooch.
That's all right. Easy come, easy go.
All right, Gooch, you are up.
Guys, all right, here come.
Uh-oh.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is just the afterbirth. No more babies. We're fine. We're fine.
Oh, thank God.
This can't be so bad.
Does Kyle offer a word of encouragement?
Yeah, is Kyle making any sort of squinting or anything?
Kyle's been wondering, is gold and tan, is that too ostentatious for a wedding?
Yeah.
These days.
So he's focusing
His
on
mind
something
is
else. He doesn't
elsewhere.
have anything to
No.
add to
It's
your
like-
situation.
Do you get the champagne fountain? Is that a health risk? Is it tacky? He doesn't know, but he's worried about that.
He didn't even hear the L word back. He's thinking about a wedding.
And then basically, Gooch just deflates to just nothing. He's just like this rail thin, little wispy sack.
Okay.
And behind him is just an ungodly amount of blood and flesh.
Yeah, I think.
And leftover teeth from the ones that didn't make it.
Oh my god.
Oh God!
Jesus
So
Christ.
much hair.
Oh.
And then he's just like, all right, let's go.
Okay,
doing?
so
Did we get that cube?
with all this squirting, previously it had been more like we'd said like greens and oranges and kind of pale, like beigey fluids. This afterbirth was near black, like oils just spraying out. And they did that thing where it's like squirting out and they're zigzagging as they squirt out, just everywhere, covering everything in the room. It's almost like when you pushed all of the sphincters on your back, kind of, it bulged, and so they kind of formed into like a dome and sprayed.
Little geysers.
Yeah, everything, including Ort, Washburn, Poon. the ceilings, the floors, all the corpses around.
All the babies.
Corpse
And
babies.
yeah, and the room is now almost just pitch midnight black.
Beautiful.
And yeah, that is disgusting. And you're now shriveled up, kind of weak, curled up on the ground. Is that it?
Yeah, just kind of noodly and
Okay.
yeah, relaxed.
In high
All right.
spirits, it seems.
Yeah. And next up is the snake,
Oh yeah.
which it doesn't even seem to notice that it was cut in half. It does have little arms, so it's possible that it's kind of shares a relationship with lizards, where cutting off its bottom half, it really could have done that on its own, if it was scared enough. Because you do see that the bottom half is flopping around still. And so this little snake thing, it's still pretty long. It kind of slithers, it makes it through Washburn's legs. It slithers up onto the medical table that Gooch was previously kind of holding for support. And it gets up to this emergency latch that it, a moment ago saw and beelined for.
Oh no.
It's made it there.
Forgot about the latch.
Forgot about the snake.
Well, there was a lot going on. And so the snake makes it up, and it kind of flips up with its nose, the little clear plastic thing, shoots out its tongue, wraps around the latch, and pulls it in. And the latch pulls down, and immediately all the lights turn red. You see the door that everyone was pouring in through, just kind of piston slam close, which there was still this squirrel-like character that was
Oh no.
that was coming through, and it was just making it through. But you see the door just smash, and its big fuzzy tail did not make it through. And you see the squirrel go, ow! And at the same moment, these vents in all of the walls kind of snap open, and white mist just kind of pours in. And because the lights are red, all the walls are lathered in midnight black
Afterbirth.
fluids. This mist just immediately impairs your vision to where you can't even see your hands in front of your face. And in moments, you breathe this stuff in, and you're out like lights. Everything fades to black.
It's like a gas.
Yeah.
The babies.
So, despite a successful birth,
And all of our hard work.
and a massacre, you forgot about the snake,
Whoops.
and the snake done fucked you up. You guys are now lying unconscious in Gooch's fluids, locked in a dark room. And that is where we were going to end episode 5 of The Forgotten Planet.
Oh my god.
Thank you everyone for watching. Please tune in next time for the finale. That's right. One more episode. Can it get even crazier than what just
I don't
happened?
know. The little ball.
That was
Kyle was a little insane.
that was
Little chill
genius.
Kyle.
That was genius.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.